So here we're playing as white against a 600 ELO computer. One of the ideas in the opening is to try and put your pawns towards the center and gain center control. You can also do this with your knights as well as your bishops. Then you want to put your king to safety by castling either side, which is a good idea, and developing your queen out of the way so that the rooks can see each other. So we'll try to coordinate some of these ideas in the opening. Instead of putting pawns toward the center, I'm going to develop a knight which will control some of the center squares right here. These four here are quite important if you can get some early center control. So let's start with that. It's obvious that the next move that they might do is develop this pawn towards the center so that it's protected. Another idea is that they've opened up space for their bishop to come out on either of these squares, as well as their queen. But because that piece has gone into the light squares, this bishop can no longer come out unless this is removed. So something to keep in mind. For now, there's no immediate threat, so I'm going to continue developing. And then I'm going to bring my bishop to this side. If you look at black's moves real quick, this is okay. It's starting to put pressure towards this side and create a potential attack, as well as opening the file up for black's rook. But see, they've only pushed their pawns so far and they haven't really developed any of their pieces. These pieces that I've highlighted up the top here, you kind of want to develop these and put them in positions that can help you later on in the game. This pawn here isn't really having any center control, though it is going to create an attack on the king's side. So overall, not a bad move, but not a really good move either. We're going to move our bishop onto this diagonal so we can see. Let's develop towards the center and prepare our pawn here. So what I might do is I might just develop my knight. And the only other piece I have to develop now is this and the queen. So the bishop and the queen. Okay, interesting. Let's see if we can bring this bishop here. If they attack, okay, they're not. If they did attack, then we'd have to move this. But we can line that up onto these squares here. Interesting. They went back there. Not sure why. It's a bit of a waste of a turn, to be honest. We are facing a 600 ELO. I'm going to castle before I start attacking up the middle. Probably another one is before we attack, we could even put even more, develop a little bit more, so we could bring the rook here. The other idea was to attack in the center, which opens up the center. So I want to start taking control now. If we were to put it here, their pawn would take. We could take with the knight. If they recaptured, then we have probably a little bit better control. I want to see what it looks like splitting up the middle. But some other ideas is to just attack the bishop and see if they want to take. They're probably going to castle. Okay, weird. Now here's where we can use this tactic. I think I'm going to move this knight out of the way. Can move it here. We can't move it here because then queen will just take it. We can move it here, but then it's blocking this file here. If we do put it here, there's an idea that if we move the knight here, and then eventually we get it into this square here, then we would be forking both the bishop and the queen. The other idea or plan is that this is currently pinning that knight. Not now, but eventually it will be pinning the knight. The knight won't be able to move out of the way because then we get this rook here. So I'm going to develop towards the center here with the idea of coming here. Ooh, okay. We just have to recapture, that's fine. So now we're attacking this piece, and they're creating a threat here now, which is a bit different. We can still capture here, and they can't recapture because they're pinned. And then we're also threatening their piece, which is stronger than this threat here that they're creating, because we can recapture. And then we even have a pawn attack there, so this is our pin tactic. This can't recapture. We could also, well, actually we have another tactic here. We can either take the rook, but we've got a fork here as well. Remember this piece here, it's creating a threat to our knight. So we can move it to here, which is forking the queen and the king. Nothing can recapture it, so they have to just move their king out of the way somewhere. And there we go, and they're still pinned. Wow, okay, so they didn't take back, that's interesting. This piece still wasn't able to capture here. Let's try and move it out of the way since they haven't recaptured. Okay. Let's take the rook then, it's a valuable piece. Let's attack, well, not that square. Well done, they've blocked it off. Now we can threaten this piece again because it no longer has a protector and we can bust through here. Actually, it's best to take here probably and then take here and then attack this piece here. We've also discovered a check, which was another tactic that we learnt. Let's see if we can't just go for a checkmate. We're also attacking this piece as well as here. That's just a blunder. It's just a 600 ELO computer move. And there we have checkmate. Let's create a new game. We'll go to, say, let's try 1000 ELO. So my moves aren't going to be the best moves. I'm going to make mistakes, blunders and stuff like that, but it's just to get an idea of some of the tactics that we've used. When we can identify them and find them, we can actually use them in real games. We're playing as white again, so I kind of like my setup, how I had it before. Let's put something that can control these pieces in the center. Cool. So I'm just going to put this here in case this ever happens. I'm going to develop this towards the center, just having another piece here. Let's continue developing and we'll try to castle before. Move the queen out. It's a bit sudden. We can castle after this move here. We can castle safely. We can continue developing. I'm going to quickly bring my bishop here and develop that piece. I think instead of moving this here, I'm just going to simplify it by taking this. It's defended by the knight and it's attacking the queen here. So we're getting a centerpiece, removing some of the control away from black. For now it's alright just sitting there. I won't move it back, but I'm thinking of putting it back here in case it gets attacked or something like that. We could finish developing, bringing this here, or let's bring this in the e-file, because the king's open right now. So probably the best move is just to recapture here. I don't know where they took the pawn, it's a bit weird. Now I've got all this space that I can look down at, and eventually if these pieces were traded off, this is looking down here too, so pretty nice little comfy position for my king. Their king is currently still in the open, so if I coordinate attack here, we could start getting some checks. We could probably try to finish some development as well. I kind of want to bring my queen out here, so I do want to move this out of the way. I think I might do it, but I'm not sure it's the right move. Okay. We might be able to bring our queen out here to attack this, they castle. So that might even attract black to weaken their position. It did too. Can't capture it now, but it does weaken their position at least. What if we sack this here and then we get this and then we get a check? That would really open it up and we have another check here as well as that. We might have a potential... I'm not going to calculate it too much, but I feel like sacrificing this knight here, because we've destroyed king's defenses. We're right in there now. And then we can bring this in. Or do we bring the knight in? I kind of like this one because it creates an immediate threat, which black has to respond to. Okay, weird. I wonder if I just go here and then take, and then when they move the king here, we check. Would it be a checkmate? Would they have anywhere to go? I don't think they would. I think this can work. Ah, that's right, they can just block as well. I forgot about that. We've got this idea, because this is looking down this file here. Discovered check. Get that queen out of the way. Oh, okay. Could also go here, and then black can't really do anything. Which one do we do? Do we just take back? Because then they can't recapture anyway. The king would have to recapture. We've got so many ideas, but let's just simplify it. Take the queen away. Okay. Now we can probably check the king again. Don't give them a chance to get away or do anything. We'll just keep on checking them. Create another check. We're just choking black's king now. Could probably go another check here, but then he can take this piece. And then we can create a fork. I feel like they're going to develop. Okay. No, let's try this check here. We've got this here. We've got a check. They're forced to come here, which is another check. I think that's, yeah. Oh, that was a total blunder. That's funny. Let's just recapture then. They can take this. Okay. So we stuffed it up, but we're in a winning position anyway, so... Actually, we might as well just minimize all their pieces that they can use. And grab this. Yeah. Maybe come here, take that. Let's capture this piece, because then it's at least protecting this. He can take that. Yeah. Trying to figure something out. Probably... Oh no, he went there. Okay. Actually, I'm thinking too much. I mean, we're already winning. It's just a matter of time, really. Actually, let's keep this piece. We could have went there, to be honest. Okay. Let's just check this one away. Then we'll go make another queen. Oh. I'm just giving up pieces, really. Let's see if I can coordinate the checkmate with the king. I do remember in the end game there's a way to... I think it's here? And then I should be able to checkmate the king somewhere. Actually, I've kind of forgotten how to do it, actually, I think. Might be able to coordinate something here. That game was a total blunder. Oh, okay. 2 mistakes, 0 blunders, 0 must wins. It actually turned out alright in the end. Weird. Doesn't sound right. Pretty sure there was a lot more blunders than that. Let's try a 1500 ELO. Alright. Okay, then we just continue developing. I might put this in the center just so we have this. And I might go for it early this time. Okay, and I want you having a center pawn. Bring this in. Wow, that took the computer a while to think about that move. Okay, they're definitely coming towards the center. We've got this E file now, once we develop. So we're pinning the pawn tactic. They can't take now because of this. I want to capture here so that that retakes, and then we create this check, but I kind of want a discovered attack on the queen. That's why I want to move this out of the way now. Let's try it. Let's get a bit creative and try something different. Wow. I think it knew this idea. So maybe now we can recapture. But which one? I feel like this would be a quick trade-off. Because it's pinned there now. The other thing is we can capture this and then get this. And then we can also check the kings, start eating away at their pieces. Oh, we could probably move this back, attack the queen and the thing here. Could probably develop this, get the rook ready, bring this out, and okay, now it's under attack. Okay, let's bring it here. That way it's still stopping this from trying to have some control. Develop our queen and bring this out, pinning the queen again. Yep. We'll definitely be getting rid of this one. Oh! Again, the queen can't move. So we could bring another attacker on it and capture with a lesser one, and we've also got this. Yeah, because I'd rather recapture with this. We're also pinning the knight now. Bishop can't move. We could just take it now. And eat away here, and then coordinate something here. Just gotta be careful, this one is protecting that. Okay, I feel like we're definitely gonna win this one now. What's your move? Let's do a double attack here. I can come. No, he can't. Okay. Oh, I blundered. But that's okay, because we're pretty much winning anyway, so... bring this here. Oh, to be honest, it doesn't really matter. Let's just create another queen. We don't really need that one anyway, so... Alright, there's a 1500 ELO beaten. We did get one mistake in that, but I think we did pretty good overall. So, we probably got one, or we got a couple of tactics in each one, maybe a few more. Just to give you an idea, I'm not playing really extremely well. You can see here I'm only 900 ELO, that's not even my ELO, I'm probably like 800, 700 or something, probably less. But you kind of get the idea. When you practice tactics, that when it comes to the middle game, you see those opportunities. So we started with knight f3, taking center of developing a piece, and then gaining center control. d5, d3 to stop the idea of this happening, but also preparing e4. So in the beginning, again, you're just developing. Now, kind of about here is when you can start calculating potential tactics. I like putting the bishop on g2 because potentially later on it can create attacks all along this diagonal here, which we did end up doing. And then putting this bishop here, helping to create some sort of checkmate later if black decides to castle this way. And then putting this on the e-file. There's no need to attack. Everyone usually attacks and starts trading pieces off. But you've got a tactic here and it's pinning the pawn to the king, so it can't move. Then we can start to try and see that my idea of creating some sort of attack with this bishop coming through here ended up working out, I think. It could have been a better move here, but I still like that idea. And then when they protect their queen, I mean, we just create this discovered attack here. So when I captured this piece here, we're winning a knight, even though they're getting our rook. And you can see here that we're now in a much better position. So if we were to use our evaluation and calculation process, so if we evaluate first who's in a better position, we compare material. We can also count our pieces. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pawns, and black has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got more pawns than black does. I've got a knight and 2 bishops. They have 2 bishops, so we're a knight up. We both have a queen and we both have a rook. So I'm up in material. King safety. My king is much more safer than our opponent's king, which is still in the center, and we're able to use tactics. So I would be winning in that one. Piece development. I mean, you've got black's pawns all the way out here, not really supported by anything. You do have this and this, but I mean, this coordination, that's just... In terms of center control, I can see all the way through here. I own this. We can quickly take more control of the center by bringing these pieces. So, pawn structure, I think this is very strange. And we can develop... here nicely, bring the queen here and here, and then we just even better. Yeah. And we had the idea of bringing this out here as well, which we did. We pins the queen to the king. Again, don't bring your queen out so early. Be careful about leaving it in front of important pieces. That was a bit of a shambles for black here. See, and now we've just eaten away the pawn structure, which isn't supported by anything. Our pawns here can obviously be under attack, but not really winning anything here. And here we're really just trading off pieces now. I think black just ends up blundering a lot. I did blunder here when I got this attack. I thought it was quite funny. But I mean, we're up in material anyway, so... I mean, look at that. They've got 2 pawns and a king. We're definitely winning. So we don't need to worry about being down on material because we can create another queen. And then coordinate a checkmate.